Here, the Dragon here, and today I'm gonna hit on something that I haven't done in a while, but it's part of a overarching series that I've been doing, shifting towards lighter weight gear. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about trekking poles. For anybody who does long hikes, backpacks, or has any other issues, trekking poles are a valuable thing to have. For me, they're essential. They're a necessity. I usually won't go out even on my shorter hikes without a set of trekking poles. Now, they have numerous benefits. They provide stability. They ease some of the stress off of your joints, especially when going downhill. They definitely help soften the impact on your knees. They help power you up hills when you're climbing up hills, and that has many other uses as far as while you're hiking. For me, they also provide the framework for my tarp setup. Use these as the end posts. So it allows me to kind of shave a little weight, because not only do they help me while I'm hiking, but they allow me to build a shelter when there's no trees around and provide myself some coverage. So in this case, I had to go from left to right and just kind of discuss my thoughts on that. So first, this set is made by Sierra. It's called Mountain Gear. I got these ones at Big 5. These are not the original set I had. The original set I had just ended up getting destroyed after a while, which is part of my commentary on these. Now, the benefit of these type of trekking poles is that they are relatively low cost. They often go on sale. I believe I got these for about 30 bucks, and that's for the pair. Sometimes you can get them as low as $20 for the pair. Now, the drawbacks to these is their durability. These ones have lasted a little while, but I don't really use them that often. And in this case, these ones have the kind of latch system to snap them on and keep them secure. My system I started with was more the traditional twist style. I do like the snapping system. I find it to be a little more convenient, and then once they're tightened up, they don't tend to loosen, but they just lack durability. I've had probably 3 or 4 sets of cheap ones now, and all of them have either tips that couldn't be replaced that broke. I've had a couple of them bend on the aluminum shaft. So their durability is something definitely to be in question, and if you're going to be going through several sets, you might want to invest in something a little more long-term. So that's something to think about. Now, if I'm going to weigh these ones out, these ones come in at, let's see, oh, sorry, let me clear that out. Try that again. All right. Now these ones come in at 1 pound, 0.7 ounces. So they're not terribly heavy. So yeah, just at a little bit over a pound. They're bad at all, but once again, they do lack a little bit of durability. So that's something to think about in the long run. Now, after having my original set for a while, that Christmas, my wife bought me this set. These are the Leki, or Leki, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, the Makalus. And these ones, the benefits I found is that they are extremely durable. These ones have had the ever-living crap beat out of them. They've got to be going on 5 or 6 years now. I haven't even had to replace the tips. I bought a set of replacement tips, but they haven't actually been necessary as of yet. So they've held up extremely well. They are very, very durable. The latch lock system has been extremely effective. I've had no problem with these whatsoever. If you'll notice that on all my trekking poles, I have removed the strap. I would much rather lose a trekking pole than get snagged on a strap and lose my balance or any other issue like that. So I always end up removing my straps, whether I cut them off, or in most cases nowadays there's a pin you can push through and then just remove the strap, which is what I've done. So these are excellent. I find that there's 2 drawbacks to these. One, they are a little bit expensive. I believe these ones go around the $100 mark. I'm not absolutely sure because my wife bought these for me. I did not buy them for myself. The other issue is here. Let's weigh them out. And these ones come in at 1 pound, 4 ounces. So they're just about 3.3 ounces heavier than the Sierra ones. It's not necessarily noticeable when you just pick them up and hold them, but after a long time hiking and swinging these, that weight will be kind of a little more apparent. Now, I haven't really noticed any fatigue per se from that, but that would be because I didn't really have a big reference point to those. But once again, these are extraordinarily durable. They're just fantastic poles. I would definitely recommend these because of the amount of time and effort I put in them. I've had them jam into rocks. I actually almost lost one of them that started to slide down a mountain, was able to luckily recover it. So these are amazing, excellent poles. I believe it might be carbon fiber on the top and then the base is aluminum. Either way, good poles. Now, within the past, I believe 6 months ago, I started seeing on Mass Drop a set of trekking poles that kind of piqued my interest. And they're made by a company called Fizan or something to that extent. These are the compact 4s. So once again, by being called compact, you'll notice comparatively to my Leki or my other standard ones, they are good 7-8 inches shorter. Now they do have a traditional, these ones extend out in 4 segments. 3 segments comparatively to, actually there's got to be one more. There we go. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 telescoping parts compared to these ones, which are 3-part. Now, of the Fizans, there's also a 3-part system that is more similar to these as far as size. And they tend to be actually a little bit lighter than these ones. But my friend had purchased the same poles and I didn't necessarily want to match his. I didn't want to get any mix-ups. Plus, this does have the added benefit of, since it does get so small, I can actually throw this into a carry-on bag. I can actually slide it inside my backpack and not have anything strapped to the outside if I need to ensure that I don't get snagged on anything. But so far, they've been really comfortable. The top is kind of a really tough foam comparatively to these ones, which are just kind of a rubberized plastic, and the Sierra ones, which you'll notice have a cork and then kind of like a little bit of a tough foam on the bottom. Once again, I removed the straps from it, but where these really also pick up beyond being very compact is their weight. And as I said, the 3-part telescopic ones are actually even a little bit lighter, but these ones come in at just barely over 12 ounces. So this would be 4 ounces lighter than these ones, 4¼ ounces lighter than my Lekis. So that's pretty significant. When you're doing overall add up, a ¼ pound is pretty decent. Once again, they're also very compact. They've so far been very sturdy and durable. My concern on these is that at some point in time, and this is no guarantee, as I said, currently they've held up really well. I have previously had difficulty with the type that are screwing to tighten down. Whether it be that I found that they loosen up on the trail and will slide down, or that the interior, which is this little plastic piece right here, would have a failure, and thus you would just keep screwing it and it would not actually tighten down on itself, and thus causing a problem. Now, I haven't had that problem with these yet. Another benefit to these is I believe these ones were about somewhere between the $40 and $50 mark. So they are half the price of the Lekis, or Leki, or however you say it, and they are about $12 to $15 more than the Sierra Mountain Man. But for that, you get a drop in weight. You also get a more compact feature, and they have been extraordinarily durable. As I said, these ones state that they're 169 grams on the actual trekking pole itself, but I do remember that the 3-part one, although it was a little bit bigger, I believe they're about that long comparatively, they are lighter because there's not as many moving parts in there. So I will say that I think trekking poles are an absolute necessity once again. If you're going to be doing backpacking, they provide a lot of relief and allow you to give you more of an upright posture, which is great. It also does give you the benefit of, if you do like me and you do a tarp bivvy setup, this allows you to set up the tarp without having any trees around, so you can kind of have more versatility for where you're going to be staying at. So that's kind of my overall thoughts on it. I would say that there's definitely other makers out there. I've seen some that are just single poles that are fixed length that are really light. Those definitely have the benefit of weight. The things I do have concern about is that they're not as compact, obviously, so you can't just attach them to your pack very easily. You can't just throw in a bag if you're going to be traveling somewhere and then going on a hike. So for the size of these, I'm very impressed with the weight. That's definitely a bonus in my opinion. And then the cost. I've seen some that are really super light. They're like 7-8 ounces, but they are extraordinarily expensive, but they use higher end composite materials. So that's kind of my thoughts of how I've progressed and improved the weight and effectiveness of my trekking poles. As usual, likes and comments are appreciated. If there's other gear that you'd like to know about that I've kind of gone through in time, and whether it be to lose weight or to increase durability or whatever that balance is, feel free to let me know in the comments. And I look forward to having more discussions. Thank you very much.